Hey everybody, Shin Valley Brewer here. I am going to be recording my brew day today on this beautiful June day. Uh, Today I'm going to be brewing a British Golden Ale. I got this recipe online, I believe it on Brewer's Friend or Beersmith's recipe website. I'll show you the recipe here. So it'll be 11 pounds of pale ale malt and 1 pound of white wheat malt from Briess. And in a few moments I'm going to begin heating up my strike water, and my goal is to reach a mash temperature of 149. Okay, I got about 4.5 gallons of water heating up with a Campton tablet to get rid of chloramines in my water. But looks like I got a ways to go here, but just wanted to show you some of my setup. I've got this 10-gallon stainless steel BrewTech stock pot with a false bottom in there that I'm used for my mash tun with some Reflectix insulation. And over here I will be showing you my boil kettle, which is the same thing, stainless steel BrewTech, and it comes with a true blocker. But anywho, I got a ways to go heating up my strike water, and I will be right back. Alright everybody, I'm back. My strike water is up to temp about 160 degrees. I've got my watering salts weighed out. I've got 2 grams of calcium chloride and 1 gram of gypsum. And also to the mash I will be adding 7 milliliters of lactic acid. So now let's dough in. Okay, looks like I've got all my grain mixed in. I had a few dough balls, so let's see where I'm at on my mash temp. Looks like I am right on target at 149. So now, let me go ahead and set my timer for 1 hour, and I'll be with you again when my mash is almost done. Hey everybody, got about 20 minutes left on the mash. I've been adding heat as necessary to keep it around 149 degrees, give or take. And I've got my brew dog, Charlie the Beagle, hanging out with me. Say hi, Charlie. Hi, bud. Hi. Love's hanging outside with me. So anywho, got about 20 minutes left, and once that's up I will be heating my mash tun to mash out temperature about 170 degrees. Hey everybody, I'm back again. I've just heated up my mash to a little over 170 degrees, and I'm holding it there for about 10 minutes. And I've got my sparge water all measured out into my bucket. I'm actually trying something new. This is about my second or third batch doing this method of what's called cold sparging. So basically, it's just saving me a step of not bothering to heat up my sparge water, and it seems to be working pretty well for me. And yeah, just less I have to worry about. I'll be back when I start running off the mash. Alright, looks like my mash out is done, so it's time to start running off the mash. Alright, got my mash running off into my boil kettle. Let's see, once it's done, how much I have before I add my sparge water. Loving the color of this nice golden wort that's coming out. Well, it will probably be diluted. The color should probably lighten up even more once I sparge. Okay, now it's time to add my quote-unquote cold sparge water. Okay, now that I've got that all now that I got that all mixed in, I will let it sit for about 5 or 10 minutes for the grain bed to reset, and then I will run off my the rest of the runnings for the boil. Okay, looks like it's time to start running off my batch sparge, and then get this thing back up to a boil. My pre-boil volume, I am shooting for about 7 gallons for a 60-minute boil. Alright, looks like I am just a hair short of my intended pre-boil volume, but that's okay, I won't worry about that too much. So now it's time for me to get a refractometer reading and see where we're at on my pre-boil gravity. Okay, let me check my pre-boil gravity with my refractometer. Looks like I am at about 13 bricks, which let me convert that on my phone to see what that is in specific gravity. And that is 1050, and I have way overshot my gravity, my pre-boil gravity. I am looking to end up at about 1052. Oh my. My estimated pre-boil gravity is 1044, so 6 points. Wow. Now let's heat her up and get her to a boil. While I'm heating my boil kettle, I will go get my hop additions ready. Hey everybody, I'm back. Right when I started the boil, my battery on my camera decided to die, so while I did the boil, I had to recharge the battery. But anywho, the additions that the hop additions that I made during the boil, I did a quarter ounce of Magnum hops at 60 minutes. Then I added at 15 minutes 1 ounce of UK Pilgrim hops, and then at 10 minutes I added another ounce of UK Pilgrim hops, and then at the end of the boil, at flame out, I added 2 ounces of UK Pilgrim hops, and I let that steep in the hot wort for about 20 minutes. Now it's time for me to turn on the chiller and chill this wort down. When I went to dump my spent grains, I opened up my compost bin, and this is what I found. A snake staring right at me. Well, it looks like he didn't like being videotaped, so we so we dashed away. Alright, we got plenty of ways to go. We're only down to a little bit below 150, so I'll keep on trucking along, and it's time for me to sanitize my fermenter. Alright everybody, looks like my wort is cooled down to about 80 degrees, so I think that's good enough for me in summertime with the way the groundwater temps are. So now it's time to take one last refractometer reading. Okay, it looks like we are at 14.2 bricks, or around 1055 for starting gravity, so ended up just a few points, about 3 points too high, but that's okay. I'm very happy with that. Hey everybody, welcome to my brew dungeon. It's the very end of my brew day. As you can see here, I just got done bottling my Belgian dark strong ale, and it came in about 9.7 ABV. But anywho, I am getting ready to pitch the yeast for my British Golden Ale. um, had a little bit of a problem when I transferred over the wort from the boil kettle to the fermenter. It got clogged and transferred over more true than I wanted, but oh well, I'm just going to let it ride. And this will be the yeast that I'm going to be using, WLP005 British Ale Yeast. And over here is my club's hop experiment. And with this hop experiment, I chose to use the UK Pilgrim hop. So about another day or so, I will be dry hopping with 3 ounces of that. But anywho, I will be pitching the yeast for the British Golden Ale, and we will call that a wrap. Hey everybody, it's about a few weeks later, and I wanted to shoot some video of the finished product. It's a little hazy, but I chose not to use any findings. I normally use gelatin, but this time I just chose not to do it, and just kegged it after a couple weeks in the fermenter, and my wife and I have really been enjoying it. It's got a nice malt backbone to it and a nice hoppiness to it. I am still trying to figure out what these UK Pilgrim hops are all about, but with the my club's hop experiment, once I start opening some bottles to drink it, I'm sure I'll get more of a feel, and also can't wait to get some feedback from members of my club. Anywho, thank you for watching this video, and until next time, cheers.